Hi, I'm very pleased today to be joined and honored with Marc Mondavi. He's here to introduce his new red blend for the Divining Rod label. And Marc is winery owner in California, in Napa. He's also a winemaker, a conservationist, and a water witch, which we'll have to definitely touch on. But Marc, one thing I wanted you to kind of explain was the sort of the family tree. I mean, who's who in the Mondavi family, and if you can just
my grandparents, Cesare and Rosa Mondavi, immigrated from Italy early 1900s, actually to Minnesota, and they were in Minnesota for probably about 14 years and moved the family to California to pursue the grape shipping business. They developed a program where they would ship grapes all throughout the U.S. and into Canada for home winemakers. And I'm happy to say we still do that today. It's a very small part of our business, but you know, I'm third generation, and we deal with third generation brokers out there that peddle the boxes of grapes for home winemaking. And then my dad and my uncle, Robert and Peter, ended up running Charles Krug Winery, while my grandfather focused his energy on the grape shipping business. And the grape shipping business is still a big business in and of itself. We're a small part of it because we've focused our energy since the 40s on the wine business and developing Charles Krug, C.K. Mondavi, and then our newest brand, the Divining Rod, and that goes after my favorite pastime, which is finding water for farmers and residences. And with the drought in California today, I'm extremely busy. I'm doing 2 to 4 projects every single week.
Wow.
And since it's a sideline, I do it on Saturdays and Sundays, and you know, do my 8 to 5 job, or, well, it's not 8 to 5, but my daily job during the week.
Very good, very good. So you, the Divining Rod label is sort of in homage to.
Well, we were looking at bringing out a new brand, and obviously, when you bring out a new brand, one of the difficult things is, what do you call it? What's the label going to be? And it just so happened one of our marketing guys happened to be on a project we had bought into Hal Mountain back in early 2000s, and we had to find water, you know, so I'm up there with my rods, and I found actually a very big well for Hal Mountain. And he just happened to be tagging along, and so we were all in a meeting, you know, and he says, well, what about calling it the Divining Rod? And everybody loved it. And there's a story, whether you believe in divining or not, most farmers believe in divining. And if you were to look at really all the wells drilled in Napa County, probably 80% of them are witched or divined.
Really?
I was taught by a gentleman, I worked with him for 15 years. His name was Frank Wood, and he did this for over 70 years. He did a number of wells for us. And I spent 15 years going out on weekends with Frank, and he taught me the ins and outs. And, you know, through trial and error, I've developed some of my own little quirks to this, and I'm very successful. It's
amazing.
You know, I'm over 99%.
Wow. I know that. I mean, there's the pendulum test.
There is.
There's something my fiance.
I've used them all. Willow forks, they work for me. Pendulums work for me. It's just Frank used copper rods, and so that's what I learned. That's what I understand. I'm very comfortable with them. I could easily learn the ins and outs using a pendulum, but I'd need to work with somebody who understands and has done that for years.
Your daughters are
Yes,
being taught?
three out of my 4 daughters
Okay.
have the ability, and
Wow.
I'm working with the youngest one's a senior at college at Northeastern in Boston, but I'm working with my other 2. I take them out on projects, and, give them a set of
Have they
rods.
found their first source yet?
Oh, they're
Yeah?
they're good at it.
Oh, wow.
They're not yet confident because you have to recognize when I tell somebody to drill a hole right
Yeah,
there,
it's money.
he's
Yeah.
putting $40,000 or $50,000
Right.
in that hole,
Right.
and the last thing you want to do is come up, with a dry hole,
Right.
because you don't get any discounts, whether it's dry or all the water in the world.
That's right.
So you need to build a confidence level. It's like anything. And, early on, I was not confident. I would, if we were doing a well for our own personal properties, I would always have Frank Wood come out because I didn't have the confidence or the experience.
Yeah.
Now I'm very confident. And,
Amazing.
I've done hundreds of them over
Wow.
the years, and
It's quite a gift.
I hit my first artesian. Now I cannot tell you if it's going to be artesian or not, but there's only 7 known artesian wells in Napa County out of probably several thousand wells. And I hit my first one here about 4 months ago.
Wow.
They drilled it, and it pumps 35 gallons a minute, 24/7 out of the ground. So
Wow.
the property owner is obviously very happy.
Yeah, very good. So let's talk a little bit about the Divine Red.
Well, when we embarked on Divine Red, we wanted a red blend. I wanted it to be soft and yet mouth-filling and easy to drink. And so it was not the easiest blend to put together. It took a lot of hours, a lot of tastings, a lot of variations.
It's a
the
hot
blend.
category right now. I mean,
It
has
is.
been for a while.
Blends are very strong
Yeah.
in today's marketplace.
And this particular blend is
It's 53% Zinfandel, so it's a Zinfandel base. There's some Cabernet to it, Petit Syrah, a little bit of Petit Syrah in there. But we tried to structure it so it's mellow, it's easy to drink, it's a wine you can sip by itself
Right.
without food
Yeah.
and enjoy it, or it will go great with various food dishes.
Yeah, I had a couple glasses last night. I think Josh did too. We both really enjoyed it. It's an easy drinking wine.
It is.
So very good. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time.
You bet.
And
Thank you.
tasting this wine.
And enjoy
Thank
your
you.
Divine Red.
Thank you.